A wonderful party so far? It's so wonderful to see each and every one of you. People who have contributed with much to our wedding, and people who have contributed with just arriving here. We're happy to each and every one of you. And want to give you a big thanks for everything that you've done to our wedding. So thank you so much. And now we'll unfold the big picture. It's a bit crumbled up. This is the wrong order. I'm sure I'll get it. All right. Now let's try. As I stand here today, I've been thinking a lot about what it truly means to be married. Marriage isn't just a legal bond or a symbolic ring on the finger. It's a quiet vow, whispered again and again in the smallest moments. It's not about grand gestures or perfect days. It's about two people choosing each other, not just once, but over and over. It's the way you lean into one another when the world gets heavy. The way your silences start to feel like conversations. The way a simple glance across the room can say, I'm here, I know you, and I've got you. Marriage is where love becomes deeper than a feeling. It becomes action, a steady rhythm, a promise lived out in the mundane, in a shared grocery list, in a sleepy morning routine, in holding hands when the world seems overwhelming, in standing together when there are no easy answers. It is both delicate and unbreakable. It is patient as well as fierce. It asks for grace, for laughter, for humility, and for a heart willing to soften again and again. As I was writing this speech, I sat in a room near our small Airbnb and I was frantically Googling what it meant to write a Groom speech. Then I had a look at our website and I remembered that I chose a quote that captured all this better than I ever could. A successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person. And if you think about it, isn't that the truth? Because the person you love will change. Life will shape them. You will both grow, sometimes together, sometimes apart, and then together again. But the gift of marriage is that we get to meet each other again and again, and each time fall a little bit more and more. That is the beauty of what we begin today. Not perfection, but of lifelong unfolding, a deep, quiet knowing that whatever comes, we'll face it side by side. Love doesn't begin in a single moment. It begins long before, in all the small acts of care that raise us. It grows in the homes that we come from, in the values that we inherit, in the stories told and retold across generations. It is born in the way our parents and our grandparents love, quietly, steadily, and completely. And to my own parents, I wish to say, thank you. Mange tak for det. And to my father, your calm presence, your helpfulness, and your thoughtful perspective have shaped how I meet the world. You've taught me to stay rooted, to stay generous, and to listen deeply, as well as to speak with intention. And Mom, your deep love, your stubbornness, and the way you make any place feel like a home, those are gifts I carry in my heart every day. You both taught me not just love, but how to love, with commitment, with patience, and with an open heart. And to Hannah's parents, both right there, Silke, Peter, and Peter's wife Maria, thank you for welcoming me, not just as a guest, but as one of your own. Silke, your strength, honesty, and grace live so fully in Hannah. I see it in her every day, and I'm endlessly thankful for the way that you raised her. Peter, your kindness, humor, and your quiet generosity have touched me deeply. And Maria, your open heart and your sincerity, I feel so fortunate to call you family. And to Hannah's grandparents, they're right down there, thank you from the bottom of my heart. The two of you have shown me a kind of love that is quiet and enduring, wise and endlessly kind. Your words to us, those beautiful heartfelt letters that you sent to us, moved me more than I can say. They carried not just blessings, but a deep sense of care and encouragement that we will carry with us always. It's often said that when you marry someone, you marry their whole family. I used to think of that as a formality, but now I know it's something sacred, because today, two families truly become one. And so to all of you, our parents, our grandparents, our roots, I wish to say thank you for the lessons you've taught, for the love you've shown, for the sacrifices you've made, that we may now stand here ready to build something of our own. The future we step in today is grounded in all you have given us. And if we can build a life even half as beautiful as the ones you've shown us, it will be a life full of grace. And I wish to say a heartfelt Prost, to my family, my new whole family. And now to my friends. I'm truly happy to be surrounded by friends this evening. Some I've known for what feels like a lifetime. And others I've had the joy of meeting through Hannah. And to my Toastmaster Jonas, thank you for the many conversations we've shared over the years. You've helped me reflect deeply, not only on what it means to pursue a partner, but on how it means to build a relationship with a woman I now call my wife. Your insight has helped guide me in more ways than I can count. That's why I chose him as my Toastmaster. And there's another friend of mine who's been with me for a long time. You might see him here in the corner. He doesn't see very well, but I'm sure we can see him all here. His name is Nicholas. And he's been my dear friend through the years. You've always been there, through long conversations and quiet moments. You've been someone I could trust, someone whose thoughts and perspectives have shaped my own. In times when I needed clarity and simply a listening ear, you offered both, and I'm deeply thankful for that. And to all my other friends, I could list many. You know who you are. It's not easy growing up in this world. It can be confusing and overwhelming, but your friendship has carried me through, in big ways and small ways, with laughter, advice, support, and loyalty. You've helped shape the man I am today. And for that, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And now comes an interesting moment, as I will go over to my wife. And now to you, my wife. It really feels funny to say this, a word that I'm so happy to finally call you. I've been trying to find the right words to explain what you mean to me, but maybe words always fall a bit short, because how do you describe something that changed your soul? You walked into my life like a quiet miracle. I wasn't looking for you, and yet somehow I feel like I've been waiting for you my whole life. I remember the first time we met, and how could I forget? You might be embarrassed hearing this, but to me that day was one of the greatest of my life. See, we had agreed to meet at around 10 o'clock in Münster train station. I gave you my number. This was on what my father called the Catholic Tinder. It's an app called Catholic Match. We wouldn't quite call it Tinder. And I gave her my number and I said, well, you can call me if anything comes up. So we had agreed on a date and on a time. And I took the train from Weiler to Münster that day, or the day before actually, to sleep in Münster, to arrive fresh and rested. But life had other plans. A flood in Hamburg delayed me, and I ended up arriving at 3:30 in the morning, tired, cold, and very much not well rested. Still, after a short night, I arrived early, half an hour early in fact, well dressed and determined to make a good first impression. 10 o'clock came, and yet no one was there. I waited, and then I waited. And I began to wonder, should I head back? Should I go explore maybe Berlin, maybe some other town in Germany instead? Should I find a new plan entirely? Then I decided to walk around Münster, and I found myself entering a large church. I still don't remember the name of this. This is
Sankt Lamberti.
Sankt Lamberti, the one with the staircase that you can see in Münster. So I enter that church. I sat down quietly, and I prayed. I prayed for guidance, for a bit of peace in my mind, and for whatever meant to happen next. And just as I said amen, my phone rang. This was a German number. Never had anyone from Germany call me before. And so, it was you, Hannah, apologizing for a mix-up of the dates, saying you were on the first train from Meppen, where her father lived, to meet me. And then there you were. The woman I hadn't just waited at the station for, but the one I've been waiting my whole life for. They say we're not often lucky in life, but at that moment, I knew I was. From that day on, something in me changed. See, you're my safest place, my greatest treasure, my best friend. Some of the guys over there might not be happy with me saying that. You've shown me that love isn't just something you feel, it's something you do. It's found in the way you listen, the way you care, the way that even if you do not know how to put it into words, I know exactly what you mean. Or when you say nothing at all and just hold my hand. Loving you has taught me patience, gentleness, courage, and more than anything, it's taught me joy. We've done many things together, and I'm looking forward to us doing many more things in the future together. And I promise you this, I will never stop falling in love with you in 1,000 different ways, through every season, through every chapter. I will fall in love with you the way your eyes light up when you talk about your dream house or interesting thing that you found cute. You can see it. She really just talks and talks. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's amazing. I'll fall in love with you when you laugh uncontrollably at things only we understand. I'll fall in love with you on rainy days, on hard days, on boring days, and on days like today when everything feels perfect. Our marriage will be real and honest and filled with more love than I thought I was ever capable of giving. You are my heart, my home, and my forever. As we start this new chapter, I'm not really afraid of what lies ahead, because I know we'll face it side by side. When storms come, I'll be your shelter. When you doubt yourself, I'll be your reminder. When you're tired, I'll be your strength. And every single day, I will choose you again and again. Because a successful marriage, remember what I talked about in the beginning, does require falling in love many times, always with the same person. And lucky me, I get to fall in love with you. Now, let's raise a glass to marriage, to love, to commitment, to growing old together, and to falling in love over and over again. Thank you.